The phoenix dropped a single tear in sadness. The tear landed on my shoe and burned a huge hole through it. I wasn't angry at all. Instead, I felt a strange happiness because capturing such a legendary creature would surely make the king proud. At that moment, the phoenix slowly began to lose its glow. Its life seemed to be fading away. I couldn't watch it suffer, so I unlocked the chains holding it. The phoenix looked at me with gratitude. Its body suddenly lit up again, and it soared high into the sky, silently thanking me for my kindness. Before leaving, it dropped a blazing feather, a feather that would later help me many times. When I returned to the palace without the creature, the king was furious and ordered my execution. I quickly showed him the fiery red feather as proof, but sadly it had already lost its shine. Everyone laughed at me, thinking I was a fool. The king believed I was mocking him, so he commanded the guards to take me away. Just as all hope seemed lost, the feather suddenly glued bright gold. The sky lit up, and the fire phoenix appeared to save me. In front of everyone's shocked eyes, it stood proudly on the tower. The people immediately believed I had tamed the sacred creature. They called me a hero, and even though the king hated it, he had no choice but to reward me with royal robes. But deep inside, he was full of jealousy and anger. Not long after, he gave me an impossible mission, to find the Princess of Heaven and bring her back so he could marry her. He believed I would die during the journey, but he was disappointed again. I safely reached the princess's gate, but a massive wall of ice blocked my way. For a moment, I felt completely helpless. Then the fiery feather floated into the air, shot forward, and instantly melted the frozen barrier. However, I didn't notice that my little donkey had been swept away by the freezing waters. Soon after, I found the heavenly princess, but when she learned she was meant to marry an old king, she became furious and ran toward a cliff, pulling me down with her. At the very last second, my little donkey appeared and saved us both. After that, she finally agreed to return with me. But when she met the king, she made a condition. If he truly wanted to marry her, he must first obtain the heart of the ocean, a treasure swallowed by a giant whale. Once again, the king sent me to do the impossible. We traveled to the place she described, but we couldn't find any whale. Suddenly, a massive tsunami rushed toward us. My donkey pulled me away, and we barely survived. Then we realized something shocking. The island in front of us was actually the whale itself, trapped there by humans. When it saw me, it cried in despair. I wanted to help, but the chains holding it were too strong. Suddenly, I sneezed, and an idea came to me. I rode my little donkey straight into the whale's nostril. Inside, the sight was unbelievable. I made the donkey touch the inside of the whale's nose, making it extremely ticklish. The whale sneezed violently, breaking free from its chains. Countless fishing boats it had swallowed poured out of its mouth, the reason it had been imprisoned. But then I suddenly realized I had forgotten something very important.